Once upon a time, deep in a sprawling ancient forest, lived a wolf. He was a magnificent creature, but his stomach rumbled with a hunger that had gnawed at him for days. He had prowled and searched, but every hunt had ended in failure. His ribs were beginning to show, and a desperate look clouded his sharp, yellow eyes. "I must find food," he muttered to himself, his voice a low growl carried on the wind. "I need a plan, a clever plan, to finally catch some of those plump, juicy sheep from the meadow over the hill." He knew brute force alone wouldn't work. The shepherd was always watching. No, this required cunning. Wandering deeper into the woods, his paws barely making a sound on the mossy ground, his eyes scanned every shadow. Suddenly, he stopped. There, caught on a thorny bush, was a discarded sheepskin left behind by a shepherd from the last shearing season. A slow, cunning smile spread across the wolf's face. His eyes lit up with a brilliant, wicked idea. "What's this?" he whispered, his hunger momentarily forgotten. "A perfect disguise. With this, I can walk right among them. They'll never know what hit them." This was the chance he had been waiting for, a plan so simple, yet so brilliant. With great care, the wolf began to wrap the sheepskin around his body. It was a bit clumsy at first, but he adjusted it, pulling the woolly fleece over his grey fur, tucking his long tail inside, and lowering his head to mimic a sheep's gentle posture. He practiced a soft, sheep-like bleat, though it came out more like a scratchy cough. He took a few wobbly steps, trying to imitate the ambling gait of the flock. He was ready. Peeking through the trees, he saw the meadow, dotted with white, fluffy sheep, grazing peacefully under the warm afternoon sun, completely unaware of the danger that was about to walk among them. Taking a deep breath, the disguised wolf stepped out from the cover of the forest and slowly, cautiously, began to walk toward the flock. He kept his head down, nibbling at the grass just as the other sheep did. One by one, the sheep glanced up, saw what they thought was just another member of their herd, and returned to their grazing. The disguise was working perfectly. The wolf's heart pounded with excitement. He had done it. He had slipped past their defenses without raising any alarm. He was now just another sheep in the flock, patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But not everyone was fooled. A small, curious lamb, who was always a little more observant than the rest, trotted over to the newcomer. The lamb tilted its head, its bright, innocent eyes filled with suspicion. It took a tentative sniff. Something was off. This new sheep didn't smell like wool and grass. It had a strange, musky scent, the scent of the forest, the scent of a predator, and its shape. It was a little too big, its movements a little too stiff. The lamb's internal alarm bells started ringing. "This isn't one of us," the little lamb thought, its heart beginning to thump with fear. "Something is terribly wrong here." Without a second's hesitation, the clever lamb spun around and began to run, letting out a series of loud, frantic bleats. "Ba! Ba! Its voice echoed across the meadow, sharp and urgent. It wasn't a normal call. It was a cry of pure panic, a warning. The other sheep, startled by the commotion, lifted their heads from the grass. They saw the little lamb running wildly, its eyes wide with terror. The peaceful scene was shattered. Confusion turned to fear as the flock began to realize that the danger was on 10. In the woods, it was right there among them. The sudden panic caused the wolf to lose his focus. He stumbled, trying to regain his balance, and in that clumsy moment, the sheepskin slipped. Just for a second, it fell away from his face, revealing his long snout and a terrifying glint of sharp, white fangs. A collective gasp went through the herd. The disguise was blown. The horrible truth was revealed. The creature they had welcomed into their midst was not a friend, but their most feared enemy. The wolf knew the game was up. His chance for an easy meal had vanished in an instant. But instead of scattering in fear, something incredible happened. Seeing the wolf for what he truly was, the sheep found a strength they didn't know they had. A surge of courage, born from their shared terror, united them. Led by their bravest rams, the entire flock lowered their heads and charged. It was a thundering wave of wool and righteous anger. The wolf, completely outnumbered and taken by surprise, turned and fled, the angry bleats of the herd chasing him all the way back to the dark safety of the forest. He ran and ran, never daring to look back, his clever plan a complete and utter failure. Back in the meadow, the sun shone down on a peaceful flock once more. The sheep, panting but safe, gathered around the small, clever lamb. They had learned a vital lesson that day. Appearances can be deceiving, but by staying alert and working together, they could overcome any threat. The little lamb stood proudly, no longer just a small member of the flock, but a hero celebrated for its sharp senses and incredible courage. And the story was told for generations, a reminder that there is always strength in unity. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next video. See you soon.